What is going on, Slumpbusters? This is Kyle coming at you with another episode. So my San Diego Padres acquired second baseman / outfielder Adam Frazier from the Pittsburgh Pirates. In exchange, they traded Tucupita Marcano. He was currently the Padres' 6th ranked prospect and was spending time over in AAA for the Padres. He had made his MLB debut earlier in the year, but had gone back down to the minors, as well as they traded 2 other prospects who weren't ranked in the Padres' top 30, so we'll put those 2 to the side. What this trade essentially comes down to right before the trade deadline is Adam Frazier, all-star starter for the Pittsburgh Pirates, 2 years left under contract at a relatively affordable price. He'll make $1.4 million this year and then go into arbitration next year before hitting free agency in 2023 for, in exchange, 5 years of Tucupita Marcano going to the Pittsburgh Pirates. So the Padres make this swap here between a player who has some upside potential. I think Adam Frazier, as the MLB leader in batting average and hitting for an OPS around 900, obviously makes him the best second baseman in the National League, at least by most people's standards. I would throw an argument in there for Jake Cronenworth, the San Diego Padres second baseman, but regardless, both of them now end up on the Padres, so there's no need to fret about that one. The Padres have been litigious about trading their farm system in strategic pieces across the past couple seasons. They traded Taylor Trammell to the Seattle Mariners as part of the Austin Nola trade that ended up becoming the Austin Adams trade because Austin Nola never finds the field for the Padres. And they traded Josh Naylor, Cal Quantrill, and Logan Allen as part of a trade for Mike Clevenger last year in exchange for the San Diego Padres keeping 5 of their top prospects, that being Mackenzie Gore and Robert Hassel and Luis Campusano and CJ Abrams, among some other names. But the Padres have been very litigious about keeping that core intact. Players like Luis Patino, who was previously a top 5 prospect, they were willing to part with. But these top 5 presently right now, the Padres have been hanging on to for good couple years now, and maybe a big time trade would be a reason for the Padres to part with someone out of the top 5. But Marcano, who was kind of hanging around the major league level like Campusano, signifies that the Padres may be ready for the right offer to trade one of those bigger name players. Maybe that includes a Max Scherzer trade coming up for the Padres. Would they throw Mackenzie Gore into such a trade? If they were to get Joey Gallo, which is probably less likely now that they've acquired Adam Frazier, the Padres are looking at their different options here, and maybe, just maybe, with their window opening right now and having it seem ever more clear that they're going to have to play in a wild card game, and right now Yu Darvish would be the starter for that wild card game. Again, not a bad starting pitcher. He's an all-star this year. Padres have the 10th best ERA among starters this year. So again, it's a good, not great rotation this year. Maybe the Padres want to add an established ace and part with one of those top 5 prospects. If Frazier is going to be traded for Marcano, essentially in a swap, I know that there were 2 other prospects that were involved, but they're lower level prospects for the Padres in Class A ball and unranked prospects in Double A. But if the Padres are going to be willing to part with Tucupita Marcano in exchange for Adam Frazier now, does that mean that the San Diego Padres might be ready to part with one of those prospects they've been reluctant to part with across the last season and a half? Next 5 days will tell, but the Adam Frazier acquisition is a no-brainer for the Padres. They get to plug him in maybe at second base and move Eric Hosmer as a platoon hitter only against right-handed hitters. Maybe they move him to the outfield and replace Tommy Pham, who is up and down. Pham comes and goes in terms of how good he plays at the start of the year. I made a joke that Tommy Pham didn't hit the ball out of the park, like he was incapable of hitting it out of the park, and then he hit 5 homers in 7 games. It's very confusing with Tommy Pham. So maybe Frazier plays some outfield, maybe he plays some second base, maybe he plays some first base. There are a lot of different options for the Padres, but Frazier will probably slide into that leadoff slot with Fernando Tatis at 2, Manny Machado at 3, Jake Cronenworth, and Trent Grisham, Will Myers, Eric Hosmer, and of course, Austin Nola, rounding out one of the best batting lineups in baseball from top to bottom. Make sure to follow the Slumpbuster and check out the Caveman Coffee Co. Use that promo code SLUMP with the link in the description to this YouTube video as well. Help us on our march to 1,300 followers. We're almost on our way. So thank you, everyone, and have a great day.